Welcome to Second Enhance, where I will give my live reactions to First Form. Now, I have not watched the First Form video from today, but I've heard that it's incredible and that we got a lot of card reveals. So it's 15 minutes. I thought I would watch it and pause the video when I have reactions. If we see a card reveal, I'm going to pause it and give my snap reaction, maybe give a snap grade. Hopefully we see some new characters, but I watched the first 2 minutes and then I stopped. So honestly, anything after the 2 minute mark is going to be brand new to me. Let's just start from the very beginning.
Hey there, Universes. I'm Levi from UVS Games, and welcome to First Form. Today, we're going to be taking our first in-depth look at some of the most exciting product releases coming to our game yet. For the first time in quite some time, the world of Universes is going to be expanding. At its core, Universes has always been about blending different worlds together. It's a game where you and your friends can choose your favorite fighter and embark on some highly engaging and highly strategic gameplay journeys. And now, you'll be able to do that once again across a myriad of universes. That's right, the scope of our game is changing. And with that, our roster of characters is growing and growing. Big and thrilling things are coming, and so they need a new name that fits them. So first off, let's say hello to our brand new Challenger Series. Challenger Series is a new product type that lets us gracefully dip our toes into all kinds of different worlds. And we're going to be kicking this line off with two incredibly iconic IPs in the anime scene, Cowboy Bebop and Trigun Stampede. These two longtime classics feature two space-faring gunmen that are beloved by anime fans alike. But a question has always lingered. Who would win in a fight? The laissez-faire and limber space pilot Spike Spiegel, or the happy-go-lucky pacifist marksman Vash the Stampede?
I've always had that
question. For the first time ever, those questions can finally be settled in our collectible card game. Challenger Series are 60-card pre-built decks, perfect for both new and old players alike. They come ready to roll right out of the box, so newer players can get a full game experience before they learn how to tackle comprehensive deck building. These decks will teach you in-depth strategy and gameplay mechanics right out the gate. Meanwhile, our current players are going to want to get their hands on these still for some seriously powerful cards in here. Not to mention, we've got something for the diehard collectors too. Introducing the Collector's Booster Pack.
Okay, I want to talk about these collector booster packs because I think that's really cool. But it is interesting that Levi leads off with the Challenger decks as something for beginners when we were told that the Challenger decks were for veterans and that the Clash decks were for beginners. So I'm not really... To me, I think the main difference from Clash decks and Challenger decks is simply going to be that Clash decks are going to follow the major booster set, whereas Challenger decks are going to be these outside IPs that are getting brought into the game just for a little bit, but they're not going to get a whole booster set. And I really like Cowboy Bebop and Trigun Stampede as initial IPs to do this with. And we know that Godzilla is going to come in the future. I think that's going to be the main difference between Challenger decks. I am going to be interested to actually see the contents of the Challenger decks and to see the characters and their support to see if it's any more complicated than Clash. Because right now, just from the messaging from here, I'm not really seeing a big difference between Clash decks and Challenger decks. And I know we've already had Spike and Vash revealed, and they're fun characters and they're open-ended characters, but they are pretty basic. And so from there, I'm not seeing like a more complex character design. But let's jump into these collector boosters because this is really cool.
Every deck will include one of these exclusive packs containing beautiful alternate art versions of the cards inside the deck. But don't just take my word for it. Take a look at Spike and Vash themselves in their Collector's Booster Pack versions here. These alternate arts will enhance the cards in a flurry of ways, whether it's completely changing up the character featured on it.
Okay, hold on. Let's rewind a little bit. We got Spike. Okay, when Spike was first revealed, I said I wasn't a big fan of the art. I wanted it to be more full art. And they changed the art for Spike, which I really, really like this new art. But then you also get this alternate art, which is very, very neat. I like that they get to add a quote down here. Whatever happens, happens. They've taken off the difficulty number, taken off the control check and the block. Basically, I think they said that this is okay. It's just going to be that cards like this can only be used as your starting character and not actually inside your deck. And then they've whited out the symbols here and the health and hand size. I really, really like this. I'm not a big fan of how Bounty Hunter is going across Spike's face. personally, but other than that, really, really like the card. For the Vash card, I'm not as big a fan of this alternate art as I am for Vash. The Vash alternate art is really like loud and in your face, you know, with the unique coloring and things. The Vash art doesn't look that much different. Although I'll be honest, I like the art of the alternate art a lot more than the original Vash. I think this one is way cooler, and this is the Vash that I would want to play with. Let's see, they don't have a quote down here, but once again, white it out. I really, really like including these booster packs where you can get these alt arts.
It's completely changing up the character featured on it,
and we're missing
depicting the
Tenacious
same
and Mill
scene from a whole new angle.
One. I wonder
These
if that's a
pieces
mistake
will
or
be
if that's on purpose.
must-haves, topped with gorgeous premium foil treatments. Players, collectors, and anime fans alike are going to be chomping at the bit to get their hands on these. Personally, I'm not sure which one I like better. It's hard to pick between the new relaxed and carefree pose the humanoid Typhoon has shifted into here, or the total art style shakeup that our favorite space bounty hunter picks up. It looks like he's just stepped right out of the anime's opening itself. But Spike and Vash aren't the only stars of this show. That's right. Another feature of Challenger Series is that they come
see the
with
other
two
characters?
character cards to play as. Spike will be joined by the enigmatic Queen of Hearts
All
herself,
right, we got
Faye
Faye coming
Valentine.
in.
Meanwhile, Vash is going to bring in his unlikely ally that he's picked up in his journeys, Nicholas D. Wolfwood.
Okay,
Faye,
wait.
Vash is going to bring in his unlikely...
We gotta read this character. Okay, 7 hand size, 21 health. We've seen all the recent 7-handers in Jetburn have been 19 health, and most of the 7-handers in like Undaunted Raid and League of Villains, it feels like design has been shifting 7-handers towards 19 health. So interesting here to have a 721. Like, I wonder if it'll be kind of similar to Nejire. Let's see what we get. It's on Chaos. Faye is on Chaos, Life, and Water. And we get Tenacious, Flip 1 Foundation. This attack gets +2 or -2 damage. Okay, that's pretty strong. Response, Commit. After your attack deals damage, add the top card of your discard pile to your hand, which of course can probably be very, very easily manipulated to where you're pulling back into your hand and attack. Yeah, that seems really good. So you're a soft 8-hander, right? Because you get to commit to add a card to your hand. You're an 8-hander with 21 health, and you can flip for +2 or -2 damage. I have a hard time seeing how this character is anything less than really good. Yeah, I'm gonna snap reaction. I'm gonna say A tier. Also, art style is definitely less of a children's art style as compared to My Hero
The ally
Academia.
that he's picked up in his journeys.
Okay, let's jump
edge to the
into
deck that he's-
Wolfwood here. Yeah, and I really like this art and how it's taking up the whole card. These look really, really good. You can see it's covering up the 0 a little bit. I kind of like giving the cards this 3D feel where he's behind the wording here, but then this is coming in front of the block zone. It makes it really feel like, you know, Wolfwood is coming out of the card. We get 6 hand size, 28, a little more basic, fire, death, and all. Mill 1, your ranged or weapon attack, it's +3 damage. So you just get free +3 basically. Discard 1 momentum. After your combat phase begins, draw 2 cards and gain 2 health. Whoa. Okay. So here we have basically another 8-hander. If you have a momentum, you get another 8-hander. And you're just getting to mill for damage. This guy also seems crazy strong. He is locked into ranged and weapon, whereas I don't think Faye was locked into anything. Spike was not keyword locked, and Vash was not keyword locked. So we are keyword locked here, but this seems crazy. I mean, fire and death and all have pretty good, like fire and ranged have pretty strong, fire and death symbols have pretty strong ranged ranged keyword packages. I'm not sure about the weapon. I guess all gets a pretty strong weapons package, but those are pretty strong keywords. Those are not, you know, the forgotten keywords. Weapon could be a little stronger. I'm sure he's going to have a pretty solid kit. But mill 1 for damage, and then basically starting turn 3 and on, if you can hold on to your momentum, you're going to be an 8-hander with 28 health. These characters seem really, really good. I'm also going to put Wolfwood in the A tier.
Peace,
and I'm not trying to like look at these characters through like, rose-colored glasses, right? I'm trying to be harsh here. I just don't see a way these characters aren't really strong. They just are what they are.
Friend. Both of these characters will be able to play the same pre-constructed deck included in the Challenger series. So go wild. While they might share some similarities with the title character, these secondary character choices will completely change up the gameplay patterns to offer new and exciting ways to play your cards. One of the greatest parts about...
Yeah, so you're going to have your 60-card Challenger deck, and then you can switch between the two characters. So for Spike, you can switch into Faye, and for Wolfwood, you can switch into Vash. So did they share symbols? Right? Vash is on all, death, and life. So you can only switch into Wolfwood, right? Wolfwood gets all and death and fire. So you can switch on 2 symbols into Wolfwood. And then I wonder if there's like, if you just switch out like a few cards, you can then become a fire deck as well. I imagine Spike and Vey also share 2 symbols. So we saw Spike have... Why is my computer going so slow? Well, that's okay. I don't want to lose my... There we go. We have earth, life, and water. And then Faye is getting... Man, I'm sorry, guys. This is my first time trying this out. And I can't find Faye. And we're also getting life and water, but now we're switching earth for chaos. Okay, I wonder how they're going to manage that the alternate characters have one symbol different, but they're still going to be able to play the full 60-card deck. Okay, let's jump back.
Parts about Challenger series is that they all offer 2 fully unique experiences like this. Challenger series are a seriously exciting release, rich with features. While you take in all these brand new details, let's take a look at when you can expect to see more from these 2 gunslingers in the coming days. Starting December 26th, we're going to start getting our eyes on some of the art pieces inside these decks. The art in these is a beautiful blend of shots ripped right from the screen and lots of exclusive art you'll be seeing for the very first time here in our card game. After that, January will kick off preview season. We'll start with our new set breakdown, a special video in which I'll sit down with someone who worked on these cards for a special deep dive into the design and mechanics of them, as well as see some of the spiciest reveals in them. From there on out, you can look forward to seeing the rest of the reveals come out from our socials and influencers as the season comes to a crescendo. Cowboy Bebop and Trigun Stampede are going to be crash.
Okay, I like this a lot that they gave us a timeline. Now, I am not a big fan of art reveals. Just show me the card. I just want to see the card. But at least here, they're telling us ahead of time that, look, December 26th through January 2nd are going to be art reveals. It's not going to be like Jetburn where we're told reveal season is upon us. We all get really excited, and then we just get hit with only art reveals. And a lot of people are disappointed. At least they're telling us December 26th, day after Christmas, until January 2nd, it's just going to be art. January 3rd, a set breakdown video. That's really cool. We've seen the breakdown article come out before each set. I think that's a really good idea to change that to a video. And then January 3rd to January 9th, preview season. That's going to be a pretty fast preview season. 10 days later, it's going to launch. Very, very appreciative to be told the schedule.
Seeing the rest of the reveals come out from our socials and influencers as the season comes to a crescendo. Cowboy Bebop and Trigun Stampede are going to be crash landing into the Universus family, so let's welcome them with some open arms. This marks the first expansion of our game's rosters into bright new territories, and there will be many more to come. We are kicking 2024 off to an exciting start, as January is when these 2 hit shelves, but why wait? Hit up your local game stores and get your pre-orders in right now to make sure that you are locked and loaded with Vash and Spike. Now that we've connected with our 2 gunslingers, let's take a look at some old spirit detectives who we've excitedly anticipated welcoming back into Universus for a long time now. Say hello to Yu Yu Hakusho: The Dark Tournament. This is a sentence Universus fans have been waiting to hear for so long. We have finally reached a hand out once again to one of the most iconic battle animes of the 90s, and we're bringing it back in a positively stellar fashion. The Dark Tournament is one of the most standout tournament arcs in anime history. And with this set, you'll feel just like you're part of the action. This very unique booster set will be exclusive to local game stores for a limited time, and its release events will be a Dark Tournament in their very own right. Very similar to a pre-release, these will be sealed play tournaments utilizing the Dark Tournament booster set. This means they'll be perfect for beginner and veteran players alike. Stores can start signing up to host these limited time events as we speak.
Okay, I don't know if he's going to give us some more details right after this, but Yu Yu Hakusho Dark Tournament is going to be local game store only, it sounds like. So not Amazon or any of the big retail chains. It's just going to be your local game store. And then Dark Tournament is going to be different than pre-release, but it's not exactly clear how it's going to be different from pre-release. Or is it just a different name with smart marketing? Because it is good marketing,
So reach out and let them know that they've got to take part. But of course, this is the Dark Tournament after all. So you know the prizing is going to be stellar. Featuring a beautiful, unique playmat and they're very...
Oh, okay, I see. So it's basically is a pre-release event, right? It's a sealed pre-release event, except you're going to play only Yu Yu Hakusho and then you're going to get really cool prizes. So it's going to feel more like a provisional store championship level of prizing is what I'm getting. And I really like this playmat.
Very own special alternate art promo card, Urameshi Perseverance. You're going to want to suit up just like Yusuke and his team here and head to your LGS to take part.
All right. Got to pause the video here. Okay, that is a really cool victory card. First of all, just taking it. First of all, it's just a cool card. And then we get this really nice victory background if you're the winner, I imagine. Very, very nice. I will be going after that. All right, it's a 4 mid block modifier. That means this is going to be good. It is a foundation. To be quite honest, I can see that it's got gray borders. I would have no idea if this is a foundation or an action just from looking at it or even an asset. But down here we can see it's a foundation. It's on 4 different symbols. All fire, good, and life. Once again, we see different symbols coming in. Also from the art style, I'm noticing, look at the 2 and the 5. They're different. Look, these ones are more like race car-ish. I don't even know what I'm saying, but they're like race car. Like, take a look. Okay, let's just see where we are. We're at the 629 spot. Let's go back to Wolfwood and Faye. Or, oops, I got some weird combo of them there. Look at these 6s. These are different from the My Hero art style. So between different IPs, it looks like the way the control check and the difficulty number look is going to be different. So that is interesting. Yeah, you can see these are much, much different. We get form. Okay, it's ally unique foundation. Form, remove, discard 1 momentum, add 1 card from your discard pile to your hand. That's pretty nuts, right? I mean, we have all sorts of ways to get free momentum. Discarding 1 momentum does not really feel like a cost at this point in the game. I mean, heck, you're on the life symbol and the good symbol. You're just going to rejuve and grab your momentum. Add 1 card from your discard pile to your hand. Team Urameshi Enhance. Commit. If you have blocked an attack this turn, draw 1 card. Only playable if your character has the Team Urameshi trait. Okay, it's kind of weird that parentheses isn't put in as like small reminder text and it's actually like the same size and in. But I suppose this is, well, no, this is coming from Yu Yu Hakusho, so this isn't necessarily for newer players. Yeah, that's interesting. So you can basically remove discard momentum and add a card from your discard pile to your hand. That seems really, really strong. Like I'm immediately thinking like, hey, I was just playing good Mirio. You could play Phantom Threat, throw it in, remove this, and get whatever attack you want, you know? Would you have a lethal hand if you only had a Valiant Assault in your, then just go and grab that Valiant Assault. Very, very interesting. The commit, if an attack is blocked, draw, if you have blocked an attack this turn, draw 1 card. Commit to draw on a 2 difficulty foundation with a 4 mid block is not why you're playing this card. You are playing this card for the form ability, remove discarding momentum, grabbing anything you want outside, in your discard pile to your hand. So better than Fierce Wings, right? Fierce Wings is just going to go grab you something 3 difficulty or below. But this one, we can basically grab whatever attack we want. 4 diff, 5 diff. We can go grab some really powerful actions. You could see a world where Does this share like Blood Curdle, where you could just go and grab your Blood Curdle and then play your Blood Curdle against a defensive character? That would be a pretty cool line. Yeah, I think this is going to see play probably just as a 1 or 2 of. It is a unique foundation. It is a 2-diff with a bad block modifier. So, but I still think it's A tier. I'll give it like A-.
Here and head to your LGS to take part. Not to mention, if you take down the whole thing, you'll be invited to participate in our Wish Tournament webcam event. Just like the Dark Tournament.
Oh, okay. So this is also setting it apart. Yeah, so the Dark Tournaments are not going to feel like pre-release events. They're going to feel big. I wonder if we're going to have pre-release for Yu Yu Hakusho, and then we're also going to have Dark Tournaments at our stores for Yu Yu Hakusho. Because if you win, you're going to the Wish Tournament, and this is webcam. That's really, really cool. So it's not going to be excluding anybody who won from participating. Everybody can get in. This is really cool.
Itself, only the best of the best fighters are going to be invited to compete here. And what lies at the end will be your very own wish to make. Keep an eye out for more details on this event as we get closer to release.
Okay. He said, what lies at the end will be your very own wish to make. Does that mean you get to like design a card? What lies at the end will be your very own wish to make. Am I reading too much into this wording? I might be, but does that mean you get to create something? You get to like create a card?
Release. Packing 160 new cards, this set will feature a slew of cards highlighting tons of famous moments from the arc, as well as sport 16 new fighters from the tournament making their way into universes.
16 characters.
Yusuke Urameshi is a junior high delinquent with a heart of gold, but he's also the leader of Team Urameshi in the Dark Tournament.
All right, let's analyze them. We got our first Yu Hakusho character, and it's Yusuke. Team leader, 722 health. So, again, these 7-handers are getting pretty solid health sizes. This is very impressive here. And again, yeah, I guess that's the same as the last one. Okay, so also, just how many cards are we getting? 154? That's a pretty big set. So they really are keeping their word on making big sets. And then not doing, like in the past, they were doing smaller sets and then doing like DLC promos and things. And I really like just making it big sets. Okay, he's on All Good and Life. Commit, discard 1 card. You may try to play 1 card with the word Spirit from your discard pile. Remove it when it leaves your card pool. Okay, so if he has some solid Spirit attacks, you basically get to always play them. All you have to do is commit and discard a card. That's not a cost. Like, that's not a huge cost. I mean, you're going to be like, if you have an incredible attack with the word Spirit in it, which I assume he will, you're going to see that attack every turn, and it's just going to leave your card pool, so it's not even going to count towards progressive, which is going to make committing Yusuke not really feel that bad. And then we get this Tenacious Enhance, since he commits himself. If this attack shares at least 2 symbols with your character, it gets +1/+1. +1 speed and +1 damage. That's really good. For a 7-hander with 22 health, basically, you know, as long as he plays an attack lineup where they all share 2 symbols with him, basically all of his attacks are going to get +1/+1, and he's going to be able to play something from his discard pile, assuming that it's going to be like some crazy, very Yusuke specific attack with the word Spirit in it. This guy's also A tier? I guess I have to see his cards, right? I have to see the cards with the word Spirit in it before I just say, hey, this guy's crazy. But 7-hander with 22 health, giving everything +1/+1 already seems pretty good. I mean, we've seen like Mirko, for example, in this last set, she's giving +1/+2, and she's a 6-hander, and she has to work to do it. Yeah, I think this guy's probably A tier.
And if he wants to have any hope of making it through this event alive, he's going to have to give it his all to master the use of his Spirit techniques. The odds are totally stacked against him, and he's never faced tougher foes. But he's not alone. I did say Team Urameshi, right? Yusuke's got great friends and rivals watching his back in this set. Our Spirit Detective here is just a taste of the characters coming, but rest assured, there are many more fighters, allies, foes, and even brothers coming down the line. Now, when it comes to high rarity goodies, the Dark Tournament is shaking it up. The only XRs in this specialty booster set are going to be the character XRs. But for the first time, we're featuring 6 ultra rares with alternate art treatments. Urameshi Perseverance represents the will and fighting spirit of the ensemble cast here.
Okay, so that's actually a big L, followed by a win. Okay, alternate arts are really cool. I love opening alternate arts in booster sets. So right away, I like this. I have really enjoyed opening Jetburn because I love opening the alternate art characters. But I'm sorry, no XRs? We're just going to throw that in and then keep going on. There's going to be no XRs other than characters? That is terrible. Terrible decision. Did I hear that right? There's going to be no XRs except for characters. That I love, that's part of what has made Jetburn so good is how good these XRs have looked with the new art style. Don't take that away from us. What are you doing? Do not do that. Alternate arts, though, really cool. Before we go on, let's go ahead and read this. Okay, so we got another, let's see, this is also a foundation. Oh, this is the same card. This is that same card.
But yeah,
it's just that I suppose that other one's like a dark tournament promo, like participation promo, and then like a victory promo for if you did the dark tournament. So it's really going to have like 3 different arts.
Iconic crew looks even better in this beautiful alt art treatment. It's no secret that these 4 have targets on their back throughout this entire rigged tournament, and that's as obvious as ever in this wanted poster mugshot-filled illustration. Alternate art...
So if you're getting Urameshi Perseverance as like a dark tournament, like participation prizing victory, like that's going to make it feel even worse that it's an ultra rare foundation. I especially when you're not going to be 4Xing this card. You will be playing it. It's good, but you're just not going to be 4Xing it.
Ultra rares are going to be a little bit harder to pull than even secret rares. So good luck in your pulls.
Wait. What did he just say?
Going to be a little bit harder to pull than even...
I'm never going to make it through this.
Treatment. It's no secret that these 4 have targets on their back throughout this entire rigged tournament, and that's as obvious as ever in this wanted poster mugshot-filled illustration. Alternate art ultra rares are going to be a little bit harder to pull than even secret rares.
Okay, that makes sense.
Good luck in your pulls. We can't wait for you to see even more of these never before seen beautiful illustrations. Now, I did just say secret rares, right? But when it comes to secret rares, the Dark Tournament does not disappoint. These 6 high rarity cards will highlight iconic moments and attacks from the series and look too good while doing it. Genkai's Guidance represents the training, impact, and will that she brings.
We're already getting a secret rare reveal? This is awesome. And they've also got, oh, that's the XSR. Yeah, that looks really cool. Huh. It is an action. Again, I am having to read down here, although you do get the blue foiling. I wonder why this can't be blue if it's an action, like the 5 is blue. But not a big deal. Really, really like the art of this card. Let's see, Genkai's Guide. It's going to be secret rare. So with the 6 secret rares, it's really going to be a 160 card set. It's not just going to be 154. First form. I see. Flavor win, because this is the first form video. We're getting a secret rare with a first form ability. First form, remove, discard 1 card. Your rival discards 1 card. That's good. Oh, it's a 1 difficulty. Yeah, it's a 1 difficulty action. So basically you're discarding 2 cards from your hand, right? Because you're removing the action from your hand and you're discarding a card. So you're discarding 2 cards for your rival to discard 1 card. You would never really do that unless you're like going for a lethal attack string. This has 5 symbols, by the way. I'm just noticing that. Holy cow. So for example, right away I see the void symbol. Like if you're void Bakugo 4, I could see removing this, discarding a card for your rival to discard a card, and then you make them discard another with Bakugo and then discard another. So I could see how this could find play, although discarding 2 for your rival to discard 1 is a pretty hefty cost. Response, destroy 3 foundations. After your rival plays an attack, remove it from the game? Destroy 3 foundations after your rival plays an attack. Remove. Okay, this is going to see play. This is awesome. Destroy 3 to just adios your rival's lethal attack, and this is coming from your hand, so they don't even know you have it. Really cool. So not only, so you get a slightly strong offensive ability, could be really strong if you're really leaning into the discard strategy, but you get an ultra powerful defensive ability. Listen, I understand it's destroy 3 foundations. If it's the difference between me living and dying, I do not care. And at some point, if you're at 9 foundations, your opponent has committed out on this lethal attack string to where they only have like 3 or 4 ready because they think they're going to kill you, then destroying 3 of your 9 is not going to feel like a big cost because it's going to be an easy backswing because they're going to have overcommitted themselves to try and kill you. This is going to see a lot of play and be a very fun card. I love actions that are hand traps like this. And, the destroy 3 foundations. So we also have a hand trap, right? Battle for the Future right now. Saw a little bit of play with Amajiki, but it has a discard 2 momentum cost. Discard 2 momentum is infinitely harder than destroy 3 foundations. So destroy 3 foundations, that's a real cost. Don't get me wrong. That's real, but you're always going to have it online. It's not like Battle for the Future where you just won't have that online unless you have the momentum.
Team Urameshi during their most troubling times. Let her watch over you too with this powerful secret rare. And if you're really lucky, you might even pull the kanji-filled borderless extra secret rare version too. Secret rares are approximately 1 per box, and we cannot wait to show you even more of these cards that you'll be hunting for. Next up, let's talk about a couple card types brand new to the Dark Tournament. The first of these are the time-shifted reprints. It's no secret that this is Yu Yu Hakusho's second foray into our game, but the last time we saw Yusuke and friends was a long time ago. So we're going to bring some of those cards back. The Dark Tournament features 33...
Hey guys, just so you know, I got into this game during My Hero Academia. I know little to nothing about the first set of Yu Yu Hakusho. Just putting that out there. I really, I've played a little bit of retro, a little bit of the old version of standard, but I'm really coming into this like a new person to Yu Yu Hakusho.
Time-shifted cards, all reprinted from the first Yu Yu Hakusho.
Okay, so this is a reprint. I don't know Sword Get Longer. Just going to be honest. So a 6 difficulty attack, 6 mid 6, good enhance, build the top X cards of your deck face down committed, X equals 8 minus your hand size. Okay, so if you're a 5-hander on the good symbol, you just get to build 3 face down committed. You can see, even on like if you're Earth and good, like if you're somebody like a Kirishima that likes your face down foundations, that could be really good because you're building in attacks, right? Face down committed. It has Desperation 4 and Safe. Those are old keywords, right? That are no longer keywords with My Hero Academia. Now it said these are getting reprinted. So are these getting reprinted, but they're not really going to mean anything? Like Desperation 4 is still going to be Desperation 4. I think Desperation is, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments below, I think Desperation is, if you're at less than half health, this is 4 difficulty instead of 6 difficulty. Which would be very, very strong. 4 difficulty, 6 mid 6. I mean, heck, already, if you're building like 2 or 3 cards, then this is really a 3 or 4 diff attack. This is not a 6 damage attack. Well, I guess they're coming in committed. Okay, they're coming in committed. But Safe means this attack cannot be reversaled. And we have not had reversals come back into the game. And I'm not sure I want them back. Now, I don't have a lot of experience with reversals other than playing in Standard and Retro. I played in Standard at the HLC side event this year. And then I played in Retro at the Nats specialty side event. And I played against several reversal decks. And they were a pain to fight through because I was having to block on my turn. It was adding to my progressive difficulty. Yeah, they were definitely a pain to fight through, but they were fun. They did make for interesting dynamics. So I wonder if this is just a reprint and that's why they're keeping the word safe on there, or if this really means that Reversal's coming back. Because if Reversal's coming back for Yu Yu Hakusho 2, which makes sense, right, for the Spotlight format, because Yu Yu Hakusho 1 had Reversal, and so if you're going to be playing this Yu Yu Hakusho Spotlight format, it would make sense for Yu Yu Hakusho 2 to have Reversal as well. It wouldn't make sense for them to be fundamentally different. But then Yu Yu Hakusho 2 is going to be part of the new standard format, and standard format is going to be the main competitive format going forward. And it wouldn't make sense in the standard format to have one set with reversals and then never do reversals again. Yeah, so I don't even know where I'm going with this. I'm a little confused. Are these new keywords actually going to be staying here, or is this a Yu Yu Hakusho 2 only thing just because they're respecting the Spotlight format?
Show booster set. Our packs typically contain 11 cards, but the Dark Tournament is going to have 12 card booster packs to include one time-shifted card in every pack. This will be the...
Oh. Disregard everything I just said. This is a time-shifted card. So they're doing 12 cards per pack, and every pack's going to get a time-shifted card. So just because you're getting a Desperation Force safe, it's still coming from Yu Yu Hakusho 1. It doesn't mean they're coming back in Yu Yu Hakusho 2. Okay, guys, this is the downside of doing a live reaction is I don't know what's going on. I'm pausing the video to talk before I hear Levi.
The first chance for new players to get these cards in our current new card layout, but it also gives older players the opportunity to bust their retro copies out and rock that old school style. That's right. With an in-set reprint and the new set logo, these cards will be entering our new standard format. Look forward to...
Okay, disregard everything I said before I said, after I said disregard everything I said. Apparently, those are going to be playable in the standard format. So those keywords are coming into standard. So if you have some cards of those keywords, you're going to have to change the rules to include those new, you know, those old new keywords.
To some of the exciting new mechanics and keywords of old that these cards will be bringing to the modern era.
Okay.
But you didn't think we were done with the history lesson yet, did you? No. If time-shifted reprints weren't enough, how about some retro reprints? That's right. We're taking some of the most notable and powerful cards from our original Yu Yu Hakusho set and giving them a gorgeous makeover in these reprint slots. However...
Whoa, we're getting retro reprints. Toguro Brothers. Sam was telling me this. From Ace Maneuvers was telling me about this card. 4-check action. After you play this card, you may remove it or draw one card. After an ability is played on an asset or foundation, cancel the effects and destroy that card. And this is a 1 difficulty action. A 1 difficulty action that cancels the effects of a foundation or just and destroys it. This is awesome. I am welcoming this card in with open arms. A tier. Can't wait to play it.
You might notice that these cards still retain their original set watermark in the bottom left corner. So they'll only be playable in formats that include that original Yu Yu Hakusho booster set.
No! Give it to us in standard!
Hyper stylized numbers and totally unique card layout, these are a sight to behold.
Give it to us in standard.
These reprints are for the true retro players or for just any fan that wants to appreciate this gorgeous, very nostalgic...
Okay, I really like retro reprints, especially if they're going to respect the retro format going forward. All right.
Style. I know that's a lot to take in, but the Dark Tournament doesn't slow down for anyone. So let's take a look at when you can expect to see even more of this fully stocked set. In December, we'll hear the full details on the Wish webcam tournament that you'll be playing to be invited to in our release events. Then in mid-December, we'll start getting our first look at some of the new exclusive art that you'll see all throughout this set. After that, January will officially kick off our preview season with another set breakdown video where, just like in Cowboy Bebop and Trigun Stampede, we'll really dive into the mechanics and flavor of the set. You'll even get a peek at some...
Whoa, February 23rd. That is like a month earlier than I was thinking it could be like the end of March. But this set's coming out in February. February 23rd, the Wish tournament. This Wish tournament sounds like it's going to be a big deal, and I really, really like that. Because right now, all the tournaments throughout the season are just pushing you towards Worlds. And I assume we're still going to have organized play centered around the standard format that's pushing you to Worlds. But I really like this like side quest type thing they're doing where, hey, if you play at your local game store and you win this event, you're going to go to the Wish tournament, this webcam event, and there's going to be a really, really cool prize. We weren't told exactly what it was, but it sounds like it's going to be a big deal. It's this really cool like side quest. Whereas I imagine they're going to keep organized play still very focused on the standard format with this Path to Worlds. We just haven't seen it yet. So in January, they haven't given us a date here. They haven't given us dates on any of these except for the release, February 23rd. Other than that, they're just giving us the month. We're going to get the set breakdown reveal. We're going to get a month and a half of like card reveals. And then that is a month earlier than I expected release. Very, very excited for that.
Some of the coolest cards in the set during that video as well. From there on out, January all through February will continue the excitement of preview season as our influencers join the Dark Tournament to show off tons of cards themselves. Finally, at the tail end of February, the Dark Tournament will officially kick off on the 23rd with both the set release and the beginning of the release events. We're ecstatic to be bringing in the expansion of Universus IP's first full booster set with a franchise as historic for the game as Yu Yu Hakusho. The Dark Tournament is such an exciting era of the series, and we plan on capturing the heart, spirit, and feel of it in every single way. February.
Retro reprints is interesting just the more I think about it here. Sorry, I know we got 3 minutes left and I gotta get through this. Retro reprints are interesting because like there's going to be a lot of new players coming in just to play Yu Yu Hakusho, but then they're going to be opening these cards that they can't play with in the format, in the standard format, I guess. But they're retro card. They're coming from Yu Yu Hakusho 1, right? So they'll still be able to play them in the Spotlight format. All right, that's interesting.
February 23rd is when this set will be dropping into hobby stores near you, as well as when the release events will be kicking off. You can start training right this second, though, by hitting up your local game stores and letting them know that they can sign up to participate in these release events right now. Fans of the series will know that tickets for the Dark Tournament sell out in the blink of an eye, so don't get caught trying to sneak in like Botan and the girls. Wait, what? I'm forgetting our rarity? I don't think I... Are you sure, Mr. Sakia? We can show off that? Well, no Universus product is complete without the most chase of chase rares, right? Yu Yu Hakusho is joining the Chrome Rare train with its very own set of 4 alternate art character Chrome Rares. With a completely different look at their feature character, 3D textured parallel foil, and that iconic chrome finish to boot, these are going to be the cream of the crop when it comes to collectors and players alike. Better get hunting too, because these are all serialized 1 out of 100, making every single copy completely and utterly unique. The Dark Tournament may be rigged to no end, but everyone has a chance to get one of these works of art out of any pack.
Chrome Rares are very good for the game. I love Chrome Rares. Listen, it gives you like a hope of hitting something big when you open a box. Like, you're already just hoping for the alternate arts, hoping for a nice secret rare and your ultra rares, but it gives you this like dream of like hitting a card that basically, if you sold it, would pay for your entire case. You know, like you can get $500+ from the selling the Chrome Rare. Like, it just gives you that hope. And they're just really cool. I like that they're keeping them characters, serialized cards 1 through 100. I think this game needs more serialized cards personally to cater more towards the collectors, but I don't think we should ever have a set without Chrome Rares.
They come across. So what are you waiting for? Contact your local game stores, sign up, and let's get training to beat Team Toguro and survive this tournament until the very end. Now, even after that titular announcement, I've got one last thing for you, Universus. As some of you may have heard, something absolutely colossal is coming to our game.
Attack on Titan preview?
That's right. One of the most popular manga of all time is making its way into our game. Humanity's legendary fight against the threat of extinction from the monstrous Titans will now be fought in our very own Universus. Coming in 2024, get ready to step into the shoes of fan favorite characters and experience battles like no other with gorgeous cards featuring both original and reimagined artwork based off the legendary manga itself. This is one of the most acclaimed and beloved series coming to Universus yet, and we really look forward to bringing the look, feel, and spirit of Attack on Titan to all of our players with cards that look like they came right off Isayama-san's pages themselves. Look forward to more news regarding this partnership soon.
I like that. It's going to be manga. It was a deal with the manga, not with the anime. That's going to be pretty cool. So he said it's going to look like it's going to be coming off the page itself. I wonder if it's going to be like from the manga or if it's going to be new art that just looks like it's manga
We
art.
truly cannot wait to bring Attack on Titan into your hands. As you can see, we've got a lot of seriously awesome things in store for you all, so I hope you'll join me in the rest of this journey.
Probably just gonna
That's
be an
not all
outro.
though. 2024 is shaping up to be a great year for Universus, but in just 2 days, we've got one of our most exciting releases yet hitting shelves with My Hero Academia
Okay.
Jetbird.
Yeah. Go
I'm
buy your
looking
Jetbird.
just as forward to joining you all as pro heroes in this fight against villainy. That's all the time I've got, but thanks for watching and stay tuned for more. We can't wait to show you more and more as launch dates for all of these exciting releases.
I want to
get
end it now,
closer
but I'm
and
nervous he's going to
closer.
say something big.
Until then, stay classy, Space Cowboy.
All right. Okay. So there was no big final thing coming. Okay. So holy cow, there was a lot to unpack there. We saw a secret rare. We saw a reprint. The sword get longer. We saw Yusuke. We saw Wolfwood and Faye. I didn't see a single reveal that was anything less than A tier. We saw Toguro brothers coming in. Yeah, that was a lot to unpack. But I think that is going to do it for me today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. I'm not sure I'm going to be doing second enhance after every single first form video. But with the first form being this big and making all of these announcements, I mean, we just watched announcements that are going to fundamentally shake up the game as we know it for the next several years. So I felt like it absolutely warranted just me giving some live reactions. Yeah, that is going to be it for me. I am very much looking forward to these players. I was going to do a video today where I go through 3 deck lists that I currently have for Jetburn characters and the 3 Jetburn characters I'm most excited for. But because of this, I am going to save that video for tomorrow. I'll see you guys then.